Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today I am presenting kind of a book and haul. I watched a couple of videos with like book and haul challenge where people unhaul books according to 10 different categories. I can't actually remember who it was originally created by, so I am really sorry. But I unhauled some books recently and I don't think that some of them fit the categories that are given in the challenge. So I just have three book piles here. The ones that I've read and I enjoyed, but not as much just like to keep them, or like the ones that I don't see myself rereading and I don't think that they are worth keeping for me personally. Then the pile of books that I read and didn't like, or I DNF'd them and didn't even finish them. And there are just 4 books in this category. And also a pile of books that I have not read and they've been on my TBR shelf for a while. And I just do not see myself reading them anytime soon. By the way, if any of you are wondering what I'm gonna do with all the books I'm going to unhaul, some of them I'm gonna sell to my friends or just people who are interested in that. The books that I can't sell, I will probably donate to the local library. At least I will try, because I don't know how this situation is in other cities or other countries, but in my local library they have some criterias choosing the books. Like, they must be of a particular year, and I am out of focus right now. Hey, hello, thank you. So they have some strict criteria for that, and I'm kind of confused, so I might have to figure it out and ask whether they need some of the books I do not need anymore, and we'll have it sorted out. Okay, so let's start with the smallest pile of books that I read and didn't really enjoy, or I even DNF'd and didn't even finish them. I'm not actually gonna go deep into the details which book is about what, because then we're gonna be stuck here forever. Okay, so the first book here is In the Dark, Dark Woods by Ruth Weir. Then we had, I have to look up the English names. The Screaming Staircase, book 1. By Jonathan Stroud. Also did not even finish this book. Then it's The Violets of March by Sarah Geo, and it was actually a bit of a disappointment because I was looking forward to reading this book for a long time, and it's been on my shelf for 3 or 4 years, but when I started it I couldn't even finish it. And the last one is called The Land of Decoration by Grace McLean, and I actually read this book, but I didn't really like it. I think now I would give it like 2 out of 5 stars, maybe even 1 out of 5 stars. Okay, so the next pile is the biggest one, and it's the pile of books that I read but I don't see myself rereading, or like I just don't want to keep, and I don't want them to take up the space. The first one is Sister Insanity by Gail Forman. Then we have Born at Midnight by C.C. Hunter, and I actually loved this book and I was really captivated by this book. I loved it, but as far as I know, it's a series. I don't know if it's a trilogy or like there are many books and more books in series, but I know that just the first one was translated into Russian, and so I obviously cannot continue the series, at least not yet, and so I don't think that the first book is worth keeping for me personally. The next book is The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Gail Forman. Why not Gail Forman? By Neil Gaiman. I'm sorry. Then we have The Drowning Duology by Rachel Ward. I read both of these books obviously, and I really loved the first one. The second one was a bit more boring than the first one, but I actually enjoyed this duology in general, but I don't know, I just decided that I don't want to keep it anymore, so Then we have Alone for the Ride by Sarah Dessen. Then we have Just One Day by Gail Forman. Yeah, so this is Gail Forman. That one was Neil Gaiman. Then we have 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, and obviously I think all of you know this book. I read it, I remember reading it in literally one sitting. So it was summer and I started it at about, I don't know, 10 or 11 o'clock, and I was done by 3. And it was actually surprising for me because I almost never read books in one sitting, honestly. And even though that I know that many things about this book and this story are really problematic, but I remember enjoying this book so much. But now I have the English version of it, so this one has to go. Then we have More Than This by Patrick Ness, another book that I read and I really enjoyed, but I just don't think that I will ever want to reread it, or at least I don't think that I will get the desire to reread it in any time soon, so I am Unhaul in this one. Then we have True Spirit by Jessica Watson, a real life story about the girl who built a boat and went to the sea, and again I really enjoyed it, and it also was really inspiring, especially considering the fact that it's a true story, but I just don't think that I want to keep it anymore. Then we have The Girl Who Chased the Moon by Sarah Addison Allen. The Girl with Dragon's Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. Actually, I read this book last summer or summer 2 years ago, and I liked it, but detectives are not usually my cup of tea, at least not when it comes to books. I love watching detective stories, I mean like in TV shows and in films, but books not really my thing. So even though I really loved this book and it was shocking and rough, the ending was like, what? And you just want to keep on reading it, you want to know how it ends, but don't think it to be worth keeping for me. Then we have Anna and the French Kisses by Stephanie Perkins. And the last book here is The Red Hill by Jamie McGuire. I don't know, you probably can see, but I have like the whole pile right in front of me right now, and I'm so afraid of it to fall. My battery died just before I was going to tell you about the last pile of books that I'm going to unhaul, so I'm sorry if the shot has changed a little bit. Let's just go into the last part of this video. So, this last pile of books is the pile of books that I have not read yet, and I actually don't see myself reading maybe ever, or at least anytime soon. The first one is The Elegance of Hedgehog, and it's by Muriel Barbery. It's a French author, so I might pronounce her name wrong, I'm sorry. The next one is called The Dark is Rising by Suzanne Cooper, and this was actually a gift from my friend, so if she's watching this, I'm really sorry I haven't read it, even though it sounded cool, but she gave it to me when I was like 11 or something, so I don't think that I will read it. Maybe not 11, when was it published? I might be lying to you. No, it was published in 2008, this particular edition, but the book is... Wait, what? Is it actually this old? It was written in 1973. Wow. So yeah, I am not interested in it anymore, and I am sorry if my friend is watching this. I am embarrassed right now. The next book is by Russian author Oleg Roy, and it's called Lady Cat, if we translate it into English. So the next one is The Summoning by Kelly Armstrong, and again here we have only the first book in the series being translated into Russian, so I know that if I read it and I really enjoy it, I will not be able to continue with the series anytime soon, so I don't think that I'm gonna read it at all. The next one is The Incarceron by Catherine Fisher. Then we have Street Cat Named Bob by James Bowen. I don't know why I got it. I'm actually not the biggest fan of cats. Like, I kinda like them, and there are some cats that I think that I look at and I'm just like, oh, cutie. But I'm more a dog person, so not really interested in that one. If it was about a man and his dog, maybe I would read it. Not this one. Then we have The Book of Tomorrow by Cecilia Ahern. I still have no idea how her surname is pronounced, so I'm so sorry. I really need to look it up. And the last book is The Numbers by Rachel Ward, the first book in the trilogy. So this is it for my book and haul video. Let's count how many books we have here. 26 books in total, which is great. So now I have more space for new books, even though I promised myself that I will not buy any books at least till maybe July. But it might be hard, but at the same time I have so many books that they all don't even fit into my TBR shelf. So I probably need to get through the books I currently have to buy some new. And by the way, there will not be the April wrap-up video, but there will be April plus May wrap-up video at the end of May, beginning of June. Simply because I am in the biggest reading slump right now, and it's the 11th of May when I'm filming it. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but it's the 11th of May and I haven't read anything in 11 days, which is kind of disappointing, but that's what we have right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I will see you in approximately 3 weeks at the beginning of June when I film my April plus May wrap-up video. So I'll see you. Bye.